I didn't even say anything. What's up?
We're back.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Quality Time Podcast.
Yeah.
We did it twice, so we know it's official. Mm-hmm. The first time is the hardest.
It was.
But the first time doing the second time is the real test of whether you're going to keep this going.
I know.
And I guess we are.
I didn't realize that the first one was actually going to be uploaded. I thought it was just like a little test run.
No.
Yeah.
I'm uploading. You think I'm going to do work for nothing? No. I need the content.
I thought it was just for us to like look over and
I did.
sure.
I looked over it and then I uploaded it. That's what I did.
Because I was super unprepared, but I'm not very prepared tonight either.
Well, that's life.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to be unprepared and just figure it out as things get thrown at you.
That's exactly what we're doing here.
Which I don't know what's getting thrown at you this time because, again, I didn't prepare either. I don't have any questions to ask.
Well, it's almost Halloween.
What? Is that why we're wearing these goofy hats I guess that's a hat. It's not really a hat. This is a hat.
Headband.
It's a costume though, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really getting in the way of my headphones here.
Yeah.
Seems
I don't know
like-
how long this will last.
Seems like yours are too. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to be festive because, that's what you do on Halloween.
Exactly.
You dress like a
the whole month of October you
slut.
do it. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what she dresses like the rest of the year, but pretty similar.
No.
That was for her ears, not for my statement.
There they go.
My statement's still true.
Yeah, it's just a reason to dress, like myself normally, I guess.
Should we cheers again? We're drinking red wine tonight if you ignore the White Claw that I'm finishing. It's the last one in the house.
Yep. Moving back to the wine.
Mm-hmm. I prefer the white wine.
I know, but we were doing that for so long that had to switch it up, had to go back to the red.
Yeah.
Because then you don't need as much.
Feel that buzz?
Yeah.
That new buzz of like, ooh, what is this?
I know.
Our tolerance drops down to nothing.
Just a bottle.
Yeah.
And by a bottle, I mean us with a Magnum, but that's like a bottle each.
At least it's not the box of wine that you used to do.
Yeah.
That's like 4 bottles. Something like that.
There was a night, one of my best friends and I, we had 8, I think, Magnum bottles of wine.
Every time she says Magnum, I'm literally thinking she's at an orgy or something. All I think is condoms. And I don't even know why, because I don't even wear condoms. Why does that pop in my head?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Speaking of condoms.
Oh, what a segue.
I heard the whole abortion thing.
Yeah, I did too. I was trolling.
Yeah. I'm so
About it.
excited about that.
I'm
it's still legal in all of the states.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I am very excited that it is legal because then I can troll more about the topic. I am on the side of not having unwanted babies being born everywhere. Of course, I totally support women's right to choose and kill their baby if they want to.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
It's not a baby yet.
I am pro dead baby.
What?
What's wrong with that? Why does everybody get mad when I say yay?
That's.
I'm so happy everybody gets to kill their babies again.
Oh my God.
What?
You're taking it way too far.
I'm just stating what it is and that I support it. So many people only support things if you word it in a nice way. Why can't you just say it's killing babies and say a woman has a right to kill a baby inside her body?
Yeah, that's technically what it is.
Hey, Rick, you little deadbeat.
I know.
Like, what are you doing?
I had to stop drinking for 9 months.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's fucked up to ask a woman to take a little responsibility for her own actions.
Yeah.
Just kill the
man
baby.
Doesn't have to do anything.
We
He
did the
can
hard work
smoke
already.
and drink and party.
Yeah. That's because we were born a man in God's chosen gender.
Oh my God.
It's not my fault God loves us more than you.
Okay. These
Yeah.
ears are going away.
I guess so. I guess mine was better.
Yeah. But yeah, I've this. I've had 2 abortions.
What? You killed my babies?
Not yours.
I know she would never do that.
I'm older now.
Oh, older
I have to
and
be
wiser.
responsible for my actions. But then again, too, if someone does get pregnant at my age.
It won't be me.
That's fine.
I bet.
Too. Because it's so...
Honestly, if you did get pregnant, I don't mind if you kill my baby. It's okay.
It's so much responsibility. You need to have money to be able to afford a child.
What?
My friend's pregnant right now.
Wait.
And she was
what
like,
do you mean?
It's $18,000.
I thought when you had a kid,
like
the government gives you more money.
Well, I mean, yeah, for some people.
I mean,
that works.
That's the way we should do it. That's awesome. We could have like tons of kids. That's why we got to pay for them.
But actually, I want to be self-sufficient, not rely on the government. Like right now, I could technically get food stamps, but I'm not going to do that.
I know. I've been poor for 10 years. Don't even know how food stamps work.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we might be poor, but we're white and we have pride.
Oh my God. I was hoping it wasn't going to go there.
I mean, white people are poor too. It's just we don't want to have the government support us. That is very racist to say. There's lots of deadbeat white people who are on food stamps. For sure. I know. And
just spitting out babies for more money.
I know.
It's terrible.
I know. I had to take it to such a level, even though, look, my first job is to offend people. My second job is to say points I really believe in.
But this is quality time.
Quality time for me includes saying really horrible things that are going to be used out of context in my future to ruin not only my life, but your life and our unborn child's life. So
we don't know him.
We should probably just kill that little bastard right now. Well, this started off strong.
Yeah, getting right to it.
Well, why you bring up abortion as the first topic?
Because it's legal now.
Well, it was always legal. Yes. It still is legal.
But
and even
like the court
if it's not,
system,
I mean,
in
there's
a few
ways.
States. Yeah.
There's ways.
I watched a show about that called The Midwives.
Yeah.
Back from Britain, back in the day and stuff. Yeah. And they would like go to the ladies or whatever. I mean, obviously this happened, but not the show.
What?
The show
people have gotten pregnant before?
Yeah. And had illegal abortions.
Yeah.
And then they can die from it.
I know.
It's terrifying.
This is tough, man. I'm torn on this conversation because on one hand, I mean, I do totally agree with you, but my natural tendency is to just troll about politics. So I just want to say a bunch of fucked up shit, but I'm also like, okay, yes, I do agree. Women should have the right to choose. And a big reason is that right there, because you're going to get an abortion either way.
My first one was
you might as well make it safe.
Yeah. My first one was when I was 15 years old.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, I can because I had to do shit I was scared to do when I was 15, but none of them were killing the baby inside of me.
I just blocked that out completely. I knew what I had to do. I knew I could not afford this. I knew my mother was going to be super pissed and make me have it and give it up for adoption, which if I was holding that for 9 months, I could not do that.
Yeah.
And
then we would never have gotten together because you would have been a single mother and I wouldn't have wasted my time with you. Again, I'm trying to troll here and she just ignored. See, I got to get my own podcast where I can troll because you're so used to it that you just are like, ignore that. Just keep talking. I know he doesn't mean it.
I know.
You're trying to get to the real me and I'm still putting on the fake me front.
I know. That's why I just keep talking and eventually we'll get there.
I don't want to be serious on a podcast. I want to make a lot of jokes.
And that's
I'm trying to cut these up into little clips to share on YouTube and on Instagram. And if I'm just like, I totally agree with you. Women should have the right to choose what to do with their own body. Obviously, you fucking retards who disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I also have a right to say fucked up shit about that. Mm-hmm. And you're really making me feel like it's a waste of my time right now.
No, it's good. You just clip it right there.
All right. End of my jokes. Probably not.
Now we'll keep them going. But yeah, I told one of my best friends and we went to her mom and her mom helped out completely. She did all of the research. I had to get
She sounds like she was a slut back in her day. She's been around the block, probably to the back of the block to get a back alley abortion. Oh, God. She's a pro. She's like, I'm not going to let you go through with this. Don't tell your mom whatever you do. I did that. And how do you think your friend was born? My mom made me keep her.
Oh, God. Well, I'm very happy that happened, or I would have a child right now.
That is a good little mentor. You know, that was a friend's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome of her to do that. Yeah.
She took me to the courts, had me. I got a judicial waiver signed so I could do it without parental consent since I was underage. And then bada bing, bada boom.
There's a bunch
I wasn't pregnant anymore.
There's a bunch of. A bunch of. Okay, are you? So I can't make jokes about abortion or troll about political topics, but you're just gonna mock my speech impediment. Wow.
Yes.
This is not quality time. This really doesn't feel that quality.
Because I'm throwing the jokes back at you, the trolling.
Yeah, but my jokes are about dead babies, and yours are about me.
That's kind of true.
I'm more sensitive than dead babies because dead babies are dead, so they don't feel
have no
anything. Hopefully, they didn't have feelings when they were being ripped out of you.
Oh God.
She doesn't like when I say the details of like what is actually going on, because you do want to compartmentalize and just be like, yeah, that part is not what happened.
And that isn't what happened for me.
No, I know, because you did it early, which is the right way to do it. If you're going to do it, do it early.
Miscarriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drank a little too much.
Pushed me down the stairs.
Yeah. Just felt the baby kick. Oh, no, that was me getting kicked down the stairs.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, that
Next
was a fun topic. But what I was going to say is there's probably a bunch of Trump-supporting Christians who are really judging you right now for killing your unborn baby. Not once, but twice.
Maybe.
That's 2 separate babies she killed.
I'm a better person.
And honestly, I support it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I would be living off the government. It would just be very tough. And I was my dad died when I was 14, 15. So it's like, I wasn't even mature enough then. I was doing like all these drugs and alcohol and like, I agree, man. Like if you're not, that's the argument they make is, she's not old enough or wise enough to make such an important decision. Oh, but she's old enough to raise this fucking kid? Yeah, what?
Like, isn't that evidence that maybe she's not ready?
I know.
I'll tell you what, any 15-year-old girl is old enough to know that I don't want to fucking grow a baby and push it out of my body in 9 months. All right. Yes. I want to go to high school and maybe meet a boy, maybe get invited to a party or something.
That's what they know.
That's what they are thinking about. They don't want to be like, oh, I want to go through this horribly stressful, painful experience and then just be saddled with 20 years of responsibility without ever enjoying my childhood. Sorry to all of you who had children in high school. I'm sure your life was very stressful. Hopefully it's better now because now they're old enough to get the fuck out of your house and you can finally have the childhood that you never had. But I promise you, it's better living the 20-year-old lifestyle when you're 20 than when you're 40. So sorry you wasted your life. But also, props to you for raising good children if they're good.
For sure, yeah.
Although statistically, most of them are probably fucking assholes and terrible people.
Yeah, I have a friend who had a kid young, but not in high school, and a few friends. And their kids seem like really wonderful kids. And I'm just so proud of them and happy to see them. But I know that if I had a kid right now, it just would not be good. And that's why I made that choice.
Everybody says that.
Because I could not do that.
I wouldn't have been able to do that. But that's what everybody says who did do that. They did have a kid and they did figure out a way to raise it.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you come to this point and you're like, I'm so happy that my the child grows up and is your friend and is an adult. And you're like, this was the best experience ever, because you forget all the actual stress and you don't realize the amount of nights that you didn't get to enjoy in your life because you had to raise a kid.
But that would be really cool to be 40 and your kid's 20 and you're like, all right, I don't think that works. Yeah.
I know.
Oh my God, best friends.
I agree because I am thrilled that I made it this far without a kid, and I'm still going to enjoy a few more years without a kid, hopefully. But I am I don't.
We shall see.
Not if she has anything to say about it. But I am, thinking, I got to have a kid by 40 if I don't want to be 65 when they're graduating high school.
Yeah, you're an old man. So.
I mean, I think I'll still be rocking it when I'm 65. Mm-hmm. And I actually would enjoy going back and hitting on some high school girls that are friends with my son and or daughter, either way.
You would definitely be one of those dads.
For sure.
We're not going to my house because my dad's definitely going to hit on you.
Yeah. I'm gonna let our kids throw all the parties at our house so I can give a safe environment to all those. Maybe I should not say this on video, so that way, if ever we get invited to the PTA meetings in 20 years, they won't be like, let's stay away from Mr. Foster's house.
They're going to have a lot more to talk about than this podcast.
That's true. We'll save that for another podcast as well, allegedly.
Wait, what is the little kid word?
Apparently, because apparently...
I feel like you don't say that word anymore. You're now saying this word because...
You've never heard the word allegedly?
No, I do,
It's just something you say in legal speak when you're making bold statements that cannot be confirmed nor denied that might have some criminal and or ethical implications, and you want to say allegedly so people don't think we're telling them truth. It's the alleged truth that we have plenty of other things the PTA will look down upon in 20 years. Hopefully our kid is not needing a PTA parent in 20 years if they're 20 years old. I mean, I guess they're not being born now, so just disregard my math of our fictional unborn child. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought she almost yawned again.
No, it's like I'm a little burpy.
She was yawning a lot in episode 1.
Yes.
But this is episode 2 now, so we started much earlier, as in literally the same time we started last time.
I didn't,
She's doing okay, though.
Yeah. Once it gets around 10:30, we'll see how I feel. Okay. I'll probably start yawning again. Mm-hmm. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty awake.
Good.
Pretty woke.
So how'd the beginning of this go? You really wanted to talk about abortion. I think we had a very good adult discourse about the topic, right? You got all the nuance and all the tough decisions and all the scared, like, little girl memories you had of that time. You got that all out and you feel like, oh, that was fine. I'm glad I talked about this with you, Nick. You made me feel a lot better about the whole thing. Where were you back then?
I mean, my boyfriend at the time, he was
probably very thrilled you killed his unborn child.
No, he was very emotional. I think I was the one, he would cry to me and I'd be like, please stop. I can't deal with this.
Well, it's a good thing you killed that baby because we don't need more of those genes spreading.
He was older than me. He was a very sweet guy. And like, I just, wasn't in the right frame of mind. I couldn't have a kid then.
Yeah.
And he was very supportive, extremely supportive. He went with me to all of my things, all of my doctor's appointments, and like, would like always ask me like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Stop asking me questions." Yeah. Like I was just very detached from it all.
Yeah,
I never thought about it.
I'm sure a lot of girls do that.
Yeah,
I think people do that
until
in general.
Years and years later.
Traumatic experiences or just things like that. You have to disconnect.
Yeah. So I was watching this one show, and it was about like a rape, and there are like two types of people. Ones who just completely leave their bodies and don't remember anything, and ones that have to hyper focus and remember everything about it, all the little details.
They're the ones
like
posting on Facebook every day about their traumas. That I'm like, keep it to yourself. Like, get over it. But I understand you're not the only person who had to deal with tough shit in your life. But you know what most people do who actually get over it? They don't dwell on it and talk about it all the time.
That's a hard one.
I get it. Yeah. But also, you're not helping yourself by putting it on Facebook. Go talk to a therapist.
That's for sure. I believe in talking to a therapist, yes.
No, don't tell all your friends all the time how depressed and traumatized you are. I forgot the word for a second. I had to make fun of myself before Erin did.
I definitely think, of course, talking to your friends is a good thing, having a good support system. But if it's extremely traumatic, you need to talk to a therapist. You need someone who can actually help you and give you tools to survive and get through and cope.
Yeah.
It's like therapy is such a good thing. I love loved my therapist. I need to go back to her because
instead now
all these
I'm her
unresolved
therapist.
Issues are
now we're just going to have quality time, and she's going to tell me all her inner demons, and I'm going to use them for content because that's how good, caring of a boyfriend I am.
You know, I think it's good just getting it all out there. So being
I do too.
Relatable and telling others that like you're not the only one. There are others out there too. And I don't think anybody talks about that. I think, well, a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people are just like, oh, my life's so great and perfect. Yeah. And it's just like,
there is that too. There's the people who only talk about their problems, and then the people who pretend like everything's perfect.
Yeah.
And on that note,
I'm right in the middle.
Hold that note, because again, this camera sucks and it's going to cut off.
Okay.
So we're going to pick right back up where we left off.
All right. Kind of already forgot.
After I reset this camera.
Okay. That's a little crooked.
And we're back, and my
That's a
hat
bit
is
crooked.
not cooperating. There we go.
There. That's
How's
good.
that?
Good.
Do I look sexy?
Super.
Would you ride me like a cowboy?
A reverse cowboy girl. I was going to say cowboy, but that's not it.
I mean, that's a new one, I guess.
That's you in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. We'll try it tonight.
Maybe you guys can subscribe to our premium Snapchat. We'll put that in the third episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a joke. Allegedly.
So going back to abortion and stuff like that. So my first boyfriend was super supportive. So lucky that he was the guy that
impregnated
I got it with,
you,
I guess. Yeah, you
unexpectedly.
know. Yeah. The second one was not so great. I did it all by myself. He was just like, "Good, get it done." And like never went with me, never did anything. And like I don't even remember it. I really blocked that out, and I have to think about like, did that really happen? Because it was so fucking quick. But then again, it wasn't, because I actually remember going to the doctors a lot, and I like couldn't tell my mom. Oh no, that was okay. Something else. No, yeah, that one I don't.
Memories merged together.
I know. I don't remember that one at all. Completely forgot about that one. But then,
oh, that's right, because you actually had like 4 abortions. You only just remembered 2 of them. So in your mind, you're like, I only had 1.
I don't know.
Did I have 2? No, did I have 3? I think I had 6 abortions. Listen, I
remember 2 guys. So
I had a very sexually active teenage years.
Yes.
Yeah. Whoa. Don't tell me all the details, okay? I thought you were a pure, beautiful woman saving yourself.
I'm a born again virgin, actually.
You know who wasn't born again? Your 4 children. They weren't born the first time.
There are only 3.
Calm down, Nick. Stop reminding her in the most offensive way possible.
But it's like, I had a miscarriage with that same guy. So I would have had 2 kids with him. That would have been freaking awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
I mean, it'd probably be awful having kids with anybody at that age. I mean, you could have had kids with me, and now you might appreciate it, but even then, it would have been
20,
awful.
20. Yeah, 19, 20.
That's crazy.
I know.
That is so crazy. It sucks so bad to be a girl. Like,
it's hard.
I know it's hard. That's fucking
guys are like
insane that you have to deal with that.
Condoms, and a girl's like, okay, well, I'll just take this pill every single day. And you have to be like on point with it. And
girls don't like condoms either. That's not just a guy thing.
I wouldn't know.
I would. I wear condoms a lot, and even girls tell me to take them off. Yeah. I also want to take them off a lot, so there's not a lot of fight there. But just saying, condoms suck for both parties.
Glad you don't have a kid.
Yeah.
We're very lucky.
I am too. I'm also very lucky that you don't make me wear condoms. It's much better.
It's a fault of mine.
It's one of your perks.
Wrap it up, everybody.
When we post in a few weeks, like, exciting news, people are going to be like, yeah, we listened to your podcast. We knew that was going to happen.
This coming. Yeah. Like, I'm not even on birth control right now.
I know. My pullout game is so strong.
It is.
It's on point.
Or you're infertile.
I'm infertile.
Oh, God.
Which, that's great when you're young and don't want to have a kid, but then when the time comes where it's like, all right, we're excited, we're ready, and then bad news.
Yeah, I really hope not.
Nick got kicked in the balls a little too hard a few years ago. I really did. That's a real story. Mm-hmm. Some fucking girl, I hope you know who you are. I mean, I could say your name on here right now because I still remember. I was so pissed. She was my friend, and it was just like she, you know how girls get a little feisty and then just go a little too hard.
Just kick you in the balls?
She probably thought it was a joke. And I was like, she straight up kicked me in the balls and it dropped me to my fucking knees. And I was in lots of pain. And I'm not convinced that did not kill my future children, but
I really hope not.
I guess now I know how a woman feels and her right to choose. Although I didn't choose that. That was forced upon me. Because no man would choose that.
I punched my ex in the nuts. That's the only time I've ever done that.
I don't think a punch is anywhere near as powerful as a kick.
I was just super pissed. He was acting like a child, and I wanted to punch him in the face. But I couldn't. Did I just admit this all on here?
You did.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
See how useful that word is? You can't sue us now. She didn't admit to anything. This was allegedly.
Yeah.
It's a great word. Supposedly. No, what, apparently.
I do not condone
because allegedly
hitting your significant other or anybody, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Anybody for that. Yeah.
Well, then why do you hit me all the time?
Shut up.
Tell me you fell.
You fell.
First off, you would never hit me because you know I'd beat your fucking ass.
Yeah, you're way too tall.
I could destroy you. It's not just my height. It's just pure physical prowess that I have.
This ex, though, that I punched in the nuts, he, I think it was like either the same party or a different party, probably a different party, that we had at the house. I came into the house and he had a knife and was putting it up to people's necks and making them take shots. Yeah. And there were a bunch of people at the house like I didn't know and stuff like that. And I was just like, what is going on? And I like went over to him and I was just like, you need to stop. Give me the knife. And he like turns and like points it towards me or some shit. And I was like, what are you going to do? You going to fucking stab me? Fucking stab me.
I don't think that's a game of chicken you want to play most of the time though.
And he was like gone. Like he was so fucked up and like I didn't recognize him. In his eyes, he was gone.
He's not the type of person who's going to stab you with a knife, and you wouldn't be asking that question and daring him like, what are you going to do? He's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Or he is going to do it, and you just basically taunted him to do it. There's like, that's not a good challenge.
Yeah, that was not a very healthy relationship.
You think?
Yeah.
Did you have any healthy relationships?
Ding, ding, ding.
Whoa. Sorry to people listening on the audio podcast. You didn't get to see her bestow me with all the credit of being the best boyfriend she's ever had.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but yes.
I can't either. I mean, I kind of can because, I mean, I'm awesome, but.
You're pretty okay.
I would date me.
Wow.
Yeah. I wish I could.
He'd be a pretty girl.
I know. I'd probably look like you.
You would.
We kind of look alike.
Creepy.
Well, I'm a narcissist, so I'm into it.
I'm not, though.
Oh, I know.
I just think you're good looking.
Wow. Is that it?
Yeah.
What else do you think?
Nothing.
Oh, I believe that too.
So, yeah, it's safe to say I'm glad I didn't have children with that guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. When this is a little graphic here, but a warning. There was just one day, I was just hanging out, you know, and all of a sudden I felt something. I was like, oh God, what the fuck? And I like went to the bathroom and there was just blood everywhere.
Well, that happens every month.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I just started my period. That's really weird. But there was so much, like, way more.
And then you saw the hand fall out.
And no.
And the little feet.
I wasn't that far along.
A little frowny face.
Oh, God.
Say, why'd you kill me, mommy?
I didn't. This was the miscarriage.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, I, like, called my gynecologist. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm dying. My insides are coming out. Like, I'm bleeding everywhere. And
Good news. Like, it's just your baby dying.
She was like, go.
You're fine. Yeah. Go live your life and be a whore. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I lived happily ever after that.
Yeah.
Luckily got out of that relationship a couple years after that. And yeah.
This podcast is super fucked up, by the way.
It's like trying to have like this like real talk here. And Nick's just being a Nick.
Yeah. Quality time with Nick and Erin, but mostly with Nick.
I know. I think it's just with Nick.
Quality time with Nick. Hey, guys.
But yeah, that was fucking crazy. And he was like the same dismissive self. I was just like wanting like, because a miscarriage, you literally have contractions like a pregnancy. Like you're in labor. That's what it fucking feels like. And I was going through that for like a while. And I couldn't tell my mom. I didn't want her to know about this because I was still like fucking.
Yeah, that's fucked up too.
20,
parents,
like,
you know,
19,
how
20.
parents are so like.
I was just afraid she'd be disappointed and like all those things. And
that's
just
what
like,
a lot of kids do. And then they end up getting themselves in more trouble and more danger and end up having to make these horrible decisions by themselves because they can't even come to their parent because their parent is just going to punish them.
She wouldn't punish me, but yes,
a lot of people do.
I agree with that. Yes,
which is even more reason why you probably shouldn't have been so scared. You probably could have talked to her.
I eventually told her, and she was like, "I'm just so sad. I wish you would have come to me. I wish I could have helped you because I was alone. I had to do everything by myself. I had to find a doctor by myself because my GYN wasn't an OB, and so."
I don't know what this is fucking street lingo for baby killers.
Oh, you're not in the elite club. Only women know this speak.
My GYN wasn't an original baby killer.
Oh God, that's what it is.
That's what OB stands for. I'm the original baby who lived, unlike your baby.
Yep. But like,
how many dead baby jokes are we going to be in here? I think that's the title of our podcast is Dead Baby Jokes.
I know a dead baby joke.
Okay, what is it?
This is like my favorite one. Okay. How many babies does it take to paint a house?
I'm assuming it's like something about throwing a bunch of babies at the house.
Yeah.
I don't know the punchline, but I get the premise.
It depends how hard you throw them. But do the sign. Oh. It's this one.
Oh,
I knew it.
That one? It was everyone else that.
The one that I picked.
You had it right the first time.
Gosh, way to kill my joke.
Tell your punchline again.
All right. How many dead babies does it take to paint a house? Oh, not dead. I ruined it.
You kind of did.
Wah, wah, wah.
Jesus, I suck at remember. I would be terrible
Yellow.
at Simon Says.
Oh, there we go.
It's green.
Green.
Yeah, I am pretty bad at that.
Okay, we're just going to forget it now.
Okay, you guys got the joke. You got the joke. It was offensive and not funny.
I thought it was
pretty obvious.
It's because I told it to you before.
Well, I think it's a common joke. I've heard things like that before.
From me.
I should come up with a list of these jokes because I actually have a bunch, but I don't want to spend time thinking about it and fucking them up on this podcast right now.
But what were we talking about? Oh.
Dead babies?
Yeah. So I had to find a doctor, and I went to a doctor. He was like this young guy, which I don't know how women go to male gynecologists. I have a female, and like, I don't want like, I don't know. I don't mind a guy that I'm intimate with going up in there, but like
abortions a lot are usually sluts, and they like male doctors being all up inside them. I mean, that's probably better than the other dudes who impregnated them.
Not in this way.
That's an upgrade. Mom, guess what? I got rid of my fucking drug dealing boyfriend, and I'm fucking a doctor now. Oh, also, I got 2 abortions today. Yeah. Oh, God. Upgrade. I got a discount on the abortion because he didn't want to have that little bastard.
Hell yeah. That's the way to do it.
Killed him for free.
All I had to do was go on a date with him.
I know that would change things if you come home, you're like, hey mom, guess what? I'm dating a doctor. He's an OBGYN versus like, hey mom, I'm dating a baby killer. Yeah. Yay. You know, it's just all how you label things, even though they're the same.
Ish.
I mean,
they also give life.
You know who doesn't give life?
The giver of life and the taker of death.
The mother of the aborted baby.
I miss that.
Yeah.
Woo! I was too busy like focus on my giver of life, taker of death, or whatever. Because I was like, who is that?
Did not expect that this podcast was going to just be Dead baby jokes. I was not
It's
expecting
not
that.
dead baby
It
jokes.
is. That's the title of the
It's
show.
super serious.
Dead baby jokes.
First of all,
I'm not taking it very seriously, but probably because
my
you're
life
not a
is
woman,
serious.
Nick.
Yeah.
You don't understand our struggles.
I mean, you don't.
I mean, I do.
You can.
I just mock them.
Yeah.
I can definitely understand the struggle. I'm so happy I was born a dude. But women have perks too. You get free drinks everywhere you go.
Oh, woo.
I do too,
bleed
because
monthly.
I have an awesome party personality, so people are always buying me drinks. But if I wasn't super cool and awesome and friendly and social, I would have to pay for my drinks.
Blow your ego up again.
Yeah. It's true though.
It is.
I mean, I pretty much am like a hot girl without any of the problems.
You are.
I can pee standing up. I can fuck without a condom and I don't even get pregnant.
Yeah.
0 abortions. I've had 0.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised about that.
I mean, I killed all my babies when I got kicked in the nuts. So I guess that counts.
Oh, man. That really does suck. I really hope that's not a thing, because then I'd have to find someone else.
The whole world hopes it's not a thing. Look at my genetics. Look at my personality. You're telling me we shouldn't spread this further and create like a super race of
Us?
little Nicks?
Little Narins?
Little Narins? I want to call them little Eeks.
Reeks. Just kidding.
I don't
no.
think that's a good name.
I don't think we want that either.
Yeah. Just like all those girls who got like named their daughter Daenerys before the end of season 8.
Yeah.
And it's like, 1, that show sucks now. 2, she turned into a fucking bitch who just killed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
She's not some beautiful hero who's like fighting for women's rights. But girls do that. They just jump on some trend.
I had a friend who named their kid Aria. I think that's a badass name. I like that. It's really pretty.
I mean, it just sounds like a Las Vegas casino to me.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also
But that's
a
because I
little
was
badass.
living in Las Vegas for a few years. So
Say what?
it's meet me at the Aria. Why is she gonna kill the Ice King in a fucking
Are we gonna be
stupid
safe?
plot twist? And then she's gonna go up and try to kill the queen who she was chasing after the entire fucking 8 years. And then somebody stops her. The hound stops her and says, "You don't want to do that. Don't become like me." Okay. And she's like, "Oh, okay. I don't want to be like you." Even though she was like slitting people's throats and chopping them off and putting them
Became
into
the no-name face or whatever.
She chopped up all of the Frey family and put them in soup and fed them to Walter Frey. And then at the last second, she's like, "You're right.
I'm a bigger person."
I don't want to go down that bad energy route."
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
mean,
Anybody
big
who
person.
gets named Arya, I'm going to fucking make fun of them just for that fact alone.
Oh, God.
Your character arc sucks, Arya. Your parents
They're
named
just like
you.
a little 5-year-old, like, what?
Yeah. Your parents named you after a show that had no fucking purpose and wasted everybody's time, just like you.
I really liked it.
It's a beautiful name.
Well, I
It
guess,
means
yeah.
waste of everyone's time. What does Arya mean? It means I could never been born and the world would be exactly the same.
Not true.
Yeah.
The Ice King would still be alive.
A fucking person who also had no purpose. Wow, I'm very positive today. You can see why she loves me.
Yeah,
It's all this positive energy.
it is. It's just vibrating off of you.
I know. Okay, well, what's the next topic after all the abortion jokes you made me make? She didn't actually make me make
So,
these jokes,
speaking
but
about
bringing
jokes,
up
though-
topics like this, you should expect my reaction.
Yeah. Speaking of jokes, my girlfriend makes jokes about breaking up with me, and I'm uncomfortable. What should I do?
Is this a Reddit relationship thread?
Yeah.
Does this one actually have a
Girlfriend
good
makes
ending?
jokes.
Unlike last week, tune into last week's episode if you want to hear the context.
But it's more, I just think it's kind of relatable. Jokes about breaking up.
Why? Because I make a lot of jokes about breaking up?
Yep.
Do I?
No.
I feel like you make jokes, only they're not jokes at the time. You just break up with me all the time.
I had issues.
Yeah.
I have issues, but I've worked through them.
Not yet. She is working through them though.
I am. That's why I want to see a therapist again. I have I hate saying it because I don't really abandonment issues. Like, I don't feel like I have abandonment issues, but I do have abandonment issues from my dad. And
that's
like,
funny because I have commitment issues, so we're a perfect match.
Yeah. So it's like, that's why I'm just like, you're better off without me. Like,
I know she always breaks up in such a, at least she breaks up good. You know, we fight good, we argue good, and we break up good because you're not like, fuck you, you'll never get anything like this. Like, that's what girls do.
Yeah.
Instead, she's like, I think I'm holding you back and you could do better. She does the, it's not me, it's not you, it's me. I'm not good enough for you.
Yeah, I have all these issues and stuff. Which is
probably true, but she's so hot that
first of all,
just can't
you're lucky to have me. That's for fucking sure.
I am lucky to have her.
You are.
I am. I agree. But that's not what this podcast is about. It's not about boosting your ego.
And it's more when I'm in my feelings, like super in my feelings, I can get completely lost in that moment and just feel hopeless and helpless and that.
And then I have to come through and save the day, like the knight in shining armor that I am. I'm so,
like, you know, grateful for you not like just giving up on me and stuff too. When I had those episodes going on where I was trying to still figuring out myself and working through these things and what the underlying issue was, instead of just like saying all these things. I think really that night on the boat when I was kind of talking about all that and like just the family being together, really missing my dad.
On a cruise.
Yeah.
And she broke up with me on the cruise.
No, I didn't.
No, she didn't. But she did her normal thing of like, you shouldn't be with me. Go and be free.
Like, I'm better being alone. Yeah. And it's like just better for me.
Well, that sounds like it's for you, not for me.
And like, it's, I just, cause I didn't want to get hurt. I don't want to be hurt. I had hurt.
That's everybody's
I have
reason.
The whole, of course. Yeah. But it's like, since mine are so like deep rooted in like my dad's death that I'm just like,
whoa, nobody knows that story. And you just, first we're talking about dead babies. Now we're talking about dead dads.
Yeah.
Erin, can we have a little... People are listening to this podcast to escape their traumas. I haven't had a lot of death in
my life.
All these people are...
That's not what this one is about.
Look, hold up. We got to cut this clip.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to pour me a glass of wine and we're going to get into this, okay?
Okay.
Let me reset this, so...
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Hurry back.
Okay, I'm back.
There you go.
I do really need to figure out this recording thing because I hate interrupting the flow of the conversation there.
Yeah, I know.
Especially when you're talking about something so serious as... breaking up with me, because that was the most serious thing you've talked about. I mean, those other things sound a little traumatic, but I mean, losing me from your life.
Oh God,
there's no bigger regret.
Devastating for sure.
No, but seriously, there are people who are watching this who are posting on Facebook about how terrible their life is, and they don't need to hear about your actual traumas. Okay. They want to be down on themselves.
My life isn't terrible though.
Because they don't like their boss or
I have a good life and
their boyfriend cheated on them when they were 17.
Everything that's happened in my life.
Do you know how hard it is to get over that?
Has made me this amazing person. I have so much perspective.
A strong
and
person who has good perspective on life.
I'm a fucking survivor.
Damn right. You're actually a tough girl. You're not like one of these weak ass bitches. You know who you are, girls. Almost all of you. That's why, dude, people are always like, Nick, I can't believe you settled down, which, by the way, I haven't, okay? I have not.
Allegedly.
Don't let her fool you. Don't use my word against me. I am wild and free as ever. I'm a little more domesticated thanks to this one. But a big reason is because you're you're a tough girl. You're a strong, I shouldn't even call you a girl. You are a strong woman.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. It's so rare because girls are weak. And it's not just girls. It's guys too. I just don't spend a lot of time dating guys. So I don't deal with their weakness.
Yeah.
I feel it in myself sometimes and I hate it in myself. But I will not put up with it with another person.
Yeah.
And you are one of the most independent, strongest, just don't complain, get through what you got to get through. And then you put on a positive face and you're actually happy at the end of it. Like you're a good person. You got it together.
Oh, this makes me so happy to hear.
Oh, quality time.
Oh, yay.
Finally boost her ego.
No, that's
it's true. You're not at all like one of these just petty and just emotional girls, which a lot
hearing
are.
That whole emotional thing makes me feel really good because like this past year, I have been super emotional, and I think it's because I'm still on my path of working through everything.
Yeah.
And you're the first person I've ever been able to open up to.
Which you can see why, because I just would never make jokes about oh, you're crying. Oh,
I know.
I would never do that. I would never mock another person's pain and embarrassment for my own enjoyment.
Yep.
But you get it.
I do.
And also, when we're not recording content, I usually am a little more in tune.
Shh.
But I think the best way to deal with trauma is not to not make jokes about it, but to make lots of jokes about it.
Yeah.
To lighten the mood and make you know, like, oh, it's not that serious. It's okay to laugh. And that helps you deal with things.
It is good to, you break me out of it.
I know.
I can just smile.
People
and
think
laugh.
you should never make jokes about these types of things, and I disagree. I think it's the best thing you can do.
Yes.
And that's why I
In
make
some
fun of you
instances.
all the time. Because I love you.
Aw, thanks.
Cut that part out.
But yeah, that whole, emotional thing. Because I've been like, super emotional this whole year. But I think really the boat, that whole cruise is what made me realize everything that I was kind of going through. And I've really just thought about the things.
Well, she
in my
hasn't
life.
attempted to break up with me since the cruise. So
Yeah, I
you're
think I'm
doing pretty good.
cured.
It's been a whole month.
I'm cured.
One whole month.
I feel it's like because my uncle was on there, your family was there. Like we were going to meet my mom and her boyfriend and stuff. And like this whole community of like family, which like is a really big deal to me because like I've lost family. I never really had family down here in Florida. They're all away. And growing up, it was 1 year in Wisconsin, then we leave and then the next year we're in Ohio, and then we go back to Wisconsin. I'm like, who are all these people again? Because I have a giant family.
Yeah.
I have like
You
six
forget
people.
your own family.
Yeah. My mom has 6, or I don't know, one has 6, one has 8 or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Basically, she's saying you guys mean nothing to her.
That's not true. And
That is what she said. She said
it would make me feel so awful. And they're like, all my cousins were older than me and stuff. And like, but now I'm closer with them now
Now
since
you're a
I'm older
mature
too.
woman.
Yeah. And I could actually like hang out with them and they're not like, screw you, little kid. They never said that, but it's much different now. And it's, the sense of family and community, I kind of lost that and also really pushed it away once my dad died. And
I'm sure lots
we
of
were
people
all
want to know that
together
story
here.
too. We'll give you that story in another episode because I don't think there's enough time to really flesh that out. But that's the long story short.
Yeah. We'll get to that another time.
Sometime.
Yeah. And so, there was just like this whole community and love, and it was completely overwhelming. And I wanted my dad there so bad. I wanted him to be meeting your family. Not that I don't like my mom's boyfriend. I love him. I adore him. I think he's an amazing guy. I'm so happy that she found him because he is so good for her. But it's like, he'll never
he's not
replace
your
my dad.
Of course.
Exactly. So it was like, I want my dad to be here and stuff. And like my uncle, who's my dad's brother, was here. And so like, I was just like talking to him and like bawling my eyes out and saying how much I like missed him and wished he was here and just like talking about all these things. And then like we were talking and then I just completely like all I remember from the night, because I was like super fucked up because we've been drinking all day in the Dominican Republic and at night and whatnot. And all I remember is like just telling you like the good, or like not. It's funny because I do say good things, all the good things, and like crying to you like about my dad and stuff like that. It was very therapeutic, and that's what I remembered. And I woke up in the morning and I felt much better. And then you were in like a funk, and it was because like I was just saying all this bullshit to you before that about how I'm better off alone and you got to Vegas and all these things. Well, this is what you were telling me that I was saying, and I was just like, wait, what? I don't think I was saying that. And
I was in the process of moving back from Vegas to here to move in with you. And we're setting this whole life up. But you're not making a big move like I'm making. And I'm like, I need steady ground if I'm going to make that move.
I'm so sorry.
So I was in my own headspace. And, I understand you got a lot of things that you're dealing with. And I am a little bit, more handle, I don't have a lot of emotional like trauma that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
But still, when I'm in the position of
in
like,
your perspective, for sure.
I'm making a huge move here, and I'm thinking like, we're
now you're
pretty
telling me
steady, and you're throwing me curveballs.
I know.
Like, I will go back to Vegas.
Yeah.
I can live anywhere I want. I don't need to be here. I do want to be here. I like it here, but
me too.
So there was that. And then there's other things, I'm drunk too. And we had a lot of stuff going on, and I got a lot of pressure with my family and all of that. And so
there were a lot of circumstances, and I'm just so grateful that
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's so grateful
doing
for
this.
me.
And you're feeling like this more like your home.
I mean, now that I got my podcast studio here, I feel right at home anywhere where I have my computer and my cameras. Sure.
But you're like making this a home. It's not just like where you're coming to stay for a couple months or whenever we get you a ticket back.
We did the long distance thing for a while because we met when I lived
3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I lived in St. Pete. You're in Tampa. They're kind of like twin cities on the, down in Florida. And
West Coast.
I mean, they're pretty much the same.
No, we were on the East Coast, but the West Coast of Florida.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. But I moved out to Vegas for a few years right after we started dating. And I thought I was going to stay out there. And I thought, honestly, this relationship's going to fizzle out. I mean, that was my expectation and whatever. That's how I went into it. But we just kept talking. And then I was flying back all the time. So
now I was going there.
Fuck it.
We're doing the back
I'll
and forth
come back.
thing. Yeah.
No. Still not totally done with all that. I got to figure out.
Yeah, for sure.
Figure out becoming a resident and getting rid of my house out there.
Yeah. And then we could just Airbnb, different places. Austin.
Yeah.
Like Austin. Stay out there for a month. That'd be beautiful.
Well, now that I can just work from home with all this beautiful tech and build an online business, subscribe to our podcast.
Yes, please.
And support our Patreon. It's not set up yet, but I'm working on that. There's a lot of things I'm working on.
Link will be below soon.
Point is, if you guys want to see these podcasts keep coming and maybe even see our premium Snapchat as we're traveling the country with all our residual internet income, well, you guys can make it happen by giving us the money that allows us to do all those things.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. As soon as I set all these things up, it's a lot of work behind the scenes. It's a lot more than me just talking and being super awesome like I am. I actually have to do a lot of work. See, when she's done, she can just be like, that was fun. I'm going to go watch Netflix now. And I'm like, cool. I got 3 hours of work to get this podcast up now.
I offered to help.
Wow, Erin, let me teach you how to use Adobe Premiere and edit videos and design images and use Photoshop and figure out all these online accounts.
Yeah.
Let me just
do Twitter.
Let me just teach you. Yeah, what would you tweet? Have you ever tweeted in your life?
I've never tweeted before.
That's a no. I would spend more time teaching you how to do all this stuff.
You just write something out.
I mean, of course I could teach you how to use Twitter, but there's more than how to send a tweet. It's the strategy of how to make a joke, how to be.
I'm not going to be like
how
you.
To engage.
They'll know who's talking.
It'll be like, oh, that's a beautiful idea, Erin. And they're like, yeah, we know that's Erin. Because Nick would be like, you're a fucking idiot. You dummy.
Exactly. That's the best part of it.
But that's not true. Actually know. Because I am actually.
I'll put little smileys at the end of it.
It actually takes a lot of work to be as quality of a troll as I am. Because I troll people and really, really piss them off. But I'm never really insulting.
Offensive
I never say anything vulgar to them.
Yeah.
I never insult them personally. I literally just make statements and points
and generalize
in a way that really pisses them off, but is in no way derogatory towards them or even anybody.
For sure, yeah.
And people don't always see that because it's subtle.
They take
it's
it
nuanced.
personally.
They do take it personally because I'm good at it.
Everybody takes things so personally.
I'm really good at it. But I'm not a type of person who says you're a fucking idiot. I would never say that to somebody on the internet as a troll. I get creative and I know how to get the same point across.
Okay, thick noster.
I know. That's how people come back to me when they can't insult me anymore. They're just like, cool, thick noster. Wow, you switched the letters of my name around.
Shit. You got me.
I thought this was hilarious, but after that burn, I'm logging off right now. I'd literally just come to her right after. I'm like, dude, this is funny. Read this.
I know.
Let me tell you what just happened on Twitter. I got to figure out a way to monetize this skill I have of trolling on Twitter.
Do. Go to Russia.
Maybe.
Be a Russian
the
troll.
Russian troll. Dude, I could.
No, work at Wendy's.
Well, I probably couldn't even get a job in any of those corporate divisions, even though
if you're being a troll.
I get it, but I think
the Wendy's troll is pretty great.
I think I would be better off as like a political troll if some campaign wanted me to get creative and really stir up some name recognition across Twitter for them. Guys, hire me. Definitely. I would be good at this. Or if I need to go and like lobby Congress or something, wine and dine them and kind of be the socialite.
You'd be really good at
that. The party wingman, but also argue with them about my points and get whatever. I'm
you
moldable.
Need to get in that.
If you pay me money, I literally will take up your cause. I don't care at all if I disagree with it. I can argue for any side of any issue.
You can buy my morals.
Yes. It's totally fine. You want me to fight for the right? I just said I was
pro-abortion, but now I'm not.
If you want me to fight for the right to kill babies, I got you. If you want me to fight for the right to kill people who kill their babies, I got you. God. I got you. I mean, it's a skill. It's a skill.
It is.
And I'll never even be offensive about. I mean, I'll be offensive, but I won't be like derogatory.
You person.
Yeah, I'm not personal about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I've learned. It's be impeccable with your words.
Mm-hmm.
Do not. Yeah.
Learning that part.
I'm getting there.
I am impeccable with my words when it comes to my online trolling.
Yes.
Not all the time in a argument or a conversation because your brain doesn't always work. But when it comes to like writing something, every single word is meticulously purposeful.
You're really good at that.
To achieve my purpose.
I change my mind
my
all the fucking time.
I know.
What do I want to eat? I don't know. Do you want me to cook you some food? No, I'm good. Actually, yes, please cook me a hot dog. Mm. How many do you want? 1 or 2?
I don't know.
I'll just have 1.
I'm like, just kidding. I want 2. And then I cook her 4. And then she throws them all away because she wasn't hungry after all.
That was only one night that I was
We're going to save this fight for another episode because I could go for an hour about how mad I am that you threw away 3 hot dogs that looked delicious.
They were. But
how do you know? You threw them in the trash.
I was way too fucked up. I couldn't put anything.
You think you have traumatic memories.
Oh, your balloon.
Yeah. Well, that's first off, let's not take it all the way back to my earliest, most traumatic memory. I'm talking about my current memory.
Let's talk about your trauma here.
How much time we got? Listen, there was a time when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And we went somewhere. I don't even remember because the trauma is so overwhelming my memory.
It's okay.
That I don't remember. It's mostly a blur. This must be how rape victims feel.
Oh, God.
Because I got a balloon at a restaurant. I was so traumatized. I don't even remember the restaurant, but I remember the balloon. It was blue and it floated. And we came home and we were going into the house and I turned around and the balloon was gone. It was right there in my hand and it was gone. Did somebody steal the balloon? Did somebody rape the balloon? No. I let go of the balloon and it was floating away.
I think that's a life lesson.
That I'm a fucking idiot.
Don't let go of
Look, things. I can insult myself.
Wait, don't let go of what you're holding on to.
Well, I should let go of this pain.
Well, that for sure.
Because I will never forget the pain that I felt looking and seeing that balloon float up into the sky. I never saw that balloon again.
And that was his first memory.
And it probably eventually popped and fell down and got clogged in a turtle's nose.
Mm. Birds.
And so at least I can smile at that idea.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the birds probably ate it.
Yeah, balloons like kill birds or something like that.
Well, at least somebody else got to suffer besides me. That kind of cheers me up a little bit. There's a whole, like, I mean, I kind of think there's truth to that. You know, suffering is worse when you're by yourself. Have you ever gotten arrested and you got thrown in jail, but your friends didn't? If your friends are all there with you, you're like, at least we all got each other.
That's true.
But when you're in there by yourself, you're like, well, this fucking sucks. damn it, everybody's out there having fun and I'm the only one in this shitty
Especially
situation.
when you weren't the only one doing it. Like,
I know.
Shoplifting, but you get caught.
White girl, you can tell she has a shoplifting story. Here's a quick way to know if a girl has ever been in trouble for shoplifting. She's a girl and she's white.
Oh my God.
Hey, at least it wasn't racist against black people this time.
I'm pretty sure it's multiracial.
I know, but they're better at it because they have years of practice ever since they were children. Your privileged white bitch is like going into H&M and just like, I just don't want to pay for I got money, but
I was in Nordstrom and I was stealing Juicy Couture.
I just named a girl clothing store that I know of. I don't know.
That was very stupid, but I was super fucked up on bars. Yeah, we're going there.
Yeah, that's another basic white bitch thing to do. Point is, trauma is less trauma when you're not in it alone. Like, if the world was going to end and we all knew, like if you found out you had cancer and you're going to die tomorrow, you'd be fucking miserable because you're leaving the party, but everybody else gets to keep going.
Oh,
but
I live my goddamn best life in that moment.
Maybe. I'd wallow and post on Facebook about how depressed I am. I'd get 3 likes and then people would move on with their life.
I would get 10 credit cards in my name and fucking blow my fucking life and have a bomb.
Just another reason why we're not getting married. You're going to leave me with all this debt.
That's why if I didn't have kids, I would do that because it rolls onto your kids.
Point is, if an asteroid was coming tomorrow and we knew everybody on Earth was going to die.
Wild orgy.
Dude, we would party. We would party and have a fucking blast and everybody would be happy. We'd be kind of sad that the fun's coming to an end, but at least we all in it together.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. That's very true.
It is true.
Yeah. I just actually stay home and watch Netflix.
Probably.
I need to catch up on the show. What's going to happen?
The Netflix cuts out and you're like, fuck, I guess it's coming. We're pretty close.
I didn't see the last episode. That would be my life struggle.
Who the fuck would pick Netflix?
Blah, blah, blah.
I have to call it out before she does.
Am I making you nervous?
Yes. But seriously, if the world is going to end, who's picking Netflix when Pornhub exists?
I mean, true.
Yeah. That's what I'm watching.
I mean, it depends what show if I'm like really in the show and I need to finish it.
Game of Thrones.
Not that
Sorry
one.
to everybody named Arya and or Daenerys.
Yeah.
You got a shitty name.
Yes.
Don't watch the show.
You don't need to watch it anymore.
Okay, well,
okay.
Erin, we made it to an hour again.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
I haven't even like finished all the things that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, but this clip is going to cut soon.
That's good then.
I know.
I guess.
So I guess.
Okay.
What do we call this episode? Dead baby jokes, right?
Yeah.
I think that was mostly what we talked about. We really jumped right into this podcast series. Yeah. I can't wait to think of like what we're going to talk about on episode 100 if episode 2 was just dead baby jokes.
I know. Psh, cut right into it.
Mm-hmm. But you can save all those
little ones
topics for next week's episode. Maybe we'll start doing 2 a week.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a little spread thin already on my endeavors here.
We'll kind of see what happens.
But if you guys really like these shows, we could do more of them. Yeah. You just have to send us lots of money on Patreon. Or just
make it worth our time.
Just leave a comment and engage with our content. Tell us what you think.
What questions you want to know? What do you want to know about all this?
Yeah, tweet me at the name is Nick.
Yeah.
Until I change my username. That is my current username, but when people listen to these in 5 years, it'll probably be different.
Yeah.
So don't tweet that person. Or maybe I'll keep both. I haven't decided yet. Mm-hmm. But either way, right now, you can tweet me at the name is Nick and ask me any type of question or ask Erin any type of question. And even though she doesn't know how to use Twitter. Or like
relationship questions.
I do know how to read to her. So
do you?
There's that.
I don't know how to read.
I know.
Clearly from last episode.
That's why they're tweeting me.
I give up. Too much pressure. I can't.
We saw you try to read in episode 1. It didn't go well. But yes, engage and leave us your questions and your comments, and we will definitely write them down, and I will definitely tell Erin to read them to me in the next episode so you can see how good she is at reading.
No. That's not happening.
Okay, any final comments, Erin?
No.
All right. Subscribe to our show. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook,
LinkedIn, Pinterest. I don't think we're on any of these. I don't think we're even officially on iTunes yet because there's stuff I got to do. So I'm working on that. We're going to be on iTunes, but we're on Spotify. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, Pornhub.
We're definitely on Pornhub, but it's just
kidding.
You got to know our secret names. We'll talk about that in episode 3 as well.
Oh, God.
All right, guys. This was fun.
Yeah.
Number 2 is in the books.
Yay! Ba-dum-bum.
Can't wait for number 3. Okay.
Okay, see you.
Bye, guys.